Okay, so the people versus Pierre Jefferson.
Hey everybody, welcome to the All Rise Legal Network. Tonight I have a couple good ones. The first one is a capital offense probable cause hearing. I tried to look up to see what the capital offense was that the gentleman did, and I couldn't find it. But I did find out that they have abolished it since 1846, the death penalty. So a capital crime is probably most likely just going to be life in prison. They did have one in 1938 since they abolished it for there was a murder during a bank robbery. I thought that was kind of interesting that they still, even though they abolished it, they still did execute one guy. They must have been pretty pissed off. But anyway, and the second one's pretty good because it just juxtaposes the first one, and I thought that was pretty cool. All right, and it was all on the same docket. All right, you guys enjoy.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Watt on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Pierre Jefferson, is present in court. Standing to my immediate right. Pierre Jefferson. Your Honor, we have had an opportunity to...
Your name, sir? Pierre Jefferson. Thank you. Go ahead.
We have had the opportunity, Your Honor, to have the PCC, and we are set to go to exam at the next available date. If I may briefly address bond.
Discovery ready?
Yes, Your Honor. Discovery is complete.
I believe so, Your Honor. There might be some videos outstanding. I will look into that today and get anything turned over as soon as possible.
People have their witnesses available March 5th. Preliminary examination will be set March 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. in person. That will be before Judge Perry.
Thank you.
Bond, briefly.
Yeah, as to bond, Your Honor, Mr. Jefferson is a lifetime resident of the state of Michigan. I do understand these are capital offenses he's charged with. However, the presumption of innocence must weigh in, and the bond that's currently set is tantamount to remand. He has insufficient funds to come anywhere near.
But it's 2 CSC first. He could be remanded without bond.
True statement, Your Honor. However,
I know.
However, we're asking the court to lower the bond.
Response from the people.
Your Honor, I'm going to request that bond remain as it is. The accusations in this case are incredibly serious that the defendant was engaging in contact with the victim who was a sex worker and held a knife to her throat while he assaulted her. In addition, I understand he's on pretrial federal release for weapons offenses and fraud and has bench warrants outstanding in the 15th District Court. So I believe bond is appropriate.
He was on federal release when
Your Honor,
these allegations came up?
Your Honor, he was on federal release and he's being...
When these allegations arose?
Yes, Your Honor. When these
Motion for bond reduction denied.
Your Honor, if I may finish, please, briefly, if we may.
Go ahead, so I can just get to what I'm going to.
Part of his release was that he clear up his warrants. He surrendered himself voluntarily on.
He was on
February
pretrial
14th.
release when these allegations came up. They are capital cases, counsel. I don't know what you want me to do. Quite frankly, I think the bond's set too low. Motion for bond reduction denied. Thank you.
Thank you for your consideration, Your Honor.
Don't get smart with me, counsel. That won't work well for you. Court calls the case of the people versus Mary Angela. Court does call the case people versus John Alco.
This is public defender Hannah Apple hearing on behalf of Mr. Alco. Mr. Alco, will you state your name for the record?
John Paul Alco.
I do have a plea form before me. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, Your Honor. If I could just have one moment. And that is correct, Your Honor.
All right. The plea form indicates that the defendant would be pleading to attempted resisting and obstructing an added count to the 1-year offense. Upon a successful plea, count 1 would be dismissed. That's the court's entire understanding of the agreement. Is that correct?
That's correct.
May I have him sworn?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
John Paul Alco.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration and $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You also understand, sir, that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge and you would be sentenced before Judge Valvo in the 15th District Court. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes,
And to that charge, how do you plead?
plead guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you
Besides the
guilty?
agreement, no.
Okay. The only thing that's been promised to you is what's been stated here today, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anybody threaten you or coerce you in any way?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes,
of your own free will
yes, Your Honor.
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the date of June 26, 2023, at the location of 715 North University, City of Ann Arbor, Washington County, State of Michigan, did you come into contact with police officers from the Ann Arbor Police Department?
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened?
Police officer came over there, yelled my name. I rode off on my bike and he kept yelling my name and I rode off.
All right. So you knew that the officer was attempting to try to speak with you or otherwise
He was
investigate?
trying to speak with me. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And you disobeyed the order to sort of come back and talk to the officer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Defense is satisfied.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing in this matter will be.
March 7th at 1:30 before Judge Valvo.
What time? 1:30?
1:30.
March 7th, 2024, 1:30 before Judge Valvo.
Your Honor, if I may address bond.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we are asking the court to consider a personal bond for Mr. Outcalt so that he can attend to his pre-sentence interview and sentencing out of custody. He has been in for some time. He does have other misdemeanor matters out of 15th with nominal cash bonds. My understanding is that when a resolution was reached on this case, that they would be, he would be granted personal bonds on those matters as well.
Any response from the people?
Nothing on behalf of people.
All right. What do you have it currently? 10 cash surety. Yeah, I think that's what it was because is that a failure to appear maybe?
Yeah.
It was a failure to appear.
Yeah.
The only concern that I have is I had to issue a bench warrant because he didn't appear. Because he had a personal. He didn't appear on this case.
That is correct, Your Honor. Since that date, though, he has been in custody 27 days and he has reassured me.
Because he didn't come back.
I understand. I think that length of time in custody has reassured him of the court's authority if he does not comply with all orders for his pre-sentence interview and sentencing.
So he was questioning my authority at the beginning. How'd that work? How'd that work
I
for
wouldn't
you?
put it quite like that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. How would you put it? Never mind. If I let you go, are you gonna come back and make sure you follow everything?
Yes, sir.
Because you know what will happen.
Yes, sir.
This,
Yeah.
right? Release the defendant on a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Wow, that kind of felt good.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. But not doing that again. Kind of got queasy.